So again, pretend a narcissist does not know who I am at all. And he was always surprised. He's like, I understand you. You act like you have nothing. And you have everything. You have the best of everything. And you act like you have nothing. Like he sensed that. Yeah, I did have nothing. For 52 years of my horrifying life, yes, I had nothing. The hell's the matter with him? He didn't know me at all. Not at all. Teeth hurt a little bit. So Cole Hastings is an excellent YouTuber. I mean, his perspective is great. Like, and one of his recent videos was, just don't give a fuck about people. Just don't care. But I am an empath, so I am sensitive and I will always care. But then, the people don't care about me. Like a little bit, my homeless girlfriend she can't, this is really sad. She was traumatized to death for years, and it's not her fault. I mean, her situations were so bad, like mine, but she actually goes back like 10 years ago. Like, what? Like, the crap. Her tragedy that happened to her, I guess it would be exactly 13 years ago, over a decade. I don't understand. See, I really care about it. So when I talk to somebody, I become your best friend, and I really, really care about you. So I really, really care about her. I'm like, how the hell can you be helped out? Like, she needs a place, okay, and that's really hard in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. I mean, really, 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 really hard. That was my whole problem my entire life, never having a place to live. Really. That was my whole problem. I'm forced to live with insane abusers. Every last one of them. What did I ever have except late Susan Chappelle in 2010 for 1 year? Approximately 1 year, and she got Alzheimer's. That's just really sad. Thrown in an old folks home and just died. And I didn't see when she died. I would just assume that. Late Theodore Carl Sutherland went to an old folks home in 2015 when late Arthur Hesnott III died. He went into an old folks home. I'm sure he died right away. That's what happens to people. There was a George Yelitz. Late George Yelitz was forced into an old folks home by a sister who lived 3 doors down from him, and they were across the street from the Blue Star when it was the Blue Star. That was a beautiful, beautiful antique bar. And whoever bought it decided to gut it all out, and so they can do whatever they want. Just like somewhere else in Lancaster, they gutted out a pool area with lockers and showers. Why would you do that? Why would you touch something that's good? And the Blue Star, man, the bar, it shouldn't have been touched because it was an antique bar. Okay, I haven't been in there. I'm not sure exactly what happened. I think they tore it all down. They ruined that. The bar, the rooms upstairs above the bar were just awful. But that's where I was forced to live because there was nowhere to live in Lancaster. So I had two good pay representatives, late Susan Chappelle and another Christian lady, and, you know, she took me to the Blue Star to live because there was nowhere else to live. And then I'm falsely accused by the whole town that I'm a crack whore because it was a crack house. I'm not a crack whore. Every single place, one rooms, they did crack. Except here. I'm living in Australia now. Okay. Every single Deadheart room, which was Gerhardt. Crackheads everywhere. Everywhere I lived. Crackheads. Even my last room, 722 East King Street. I had nothing to do with that. And so all these rumors go around, oh, she's a crack whore. How can I be a crack whore when my fucking asshole boyfriend, probably still alive, Glenn William Grevin, gave me a bump, which is a little hit of crack, and it sucked. Every single paycheck, every single month, he gets paid by the government. Now, the black people who got checks, they shouldn't have gotten them. So, the white boy, Glenn, okay, he was better than the black people. Well, he was really, really mean to me. So, whatever. He took all of his hell out on me. He hated himself and took it. That's every single abuser. I took out all their hate on me. Hate me. I didn't do anything wrong. So, he hated himself. So he never talked, but he did do crack. Why didn't he try to fucking do what other people do? Buy it online and on eBay. Cocaine. Try to get that instead of fucking crack, dumb shit. So I hated crack, but, you know, I got a bump of it. You know, a little tiny piece. Well, he did $300 worth of it every month. Now, to me, that's not a drug addict, because drug addicts, what do? Sell their bodies, steal for their drug, and do it every day. I only did it like twice a month. He's a dumb shit. Should have saved up his checks. Like, you know, $300. Add that up for a whole year. Okay? You could have bought a computer then. And then you could have bought, crack on black eBay. And had it delivered by ups. It used to be done in the late 2010. I ain't late. Like, someone did that. I'm just really hate my family for falsely accusing me of being a crack whore and a crack heroin addict. I never even did any heroin, and I did all of my Androids were hacked. So back in 2016 in the room when I videotaped my children, of course my phone kept on shutting off. Like I had an awful lot. I couldn't even film my boys for longer than these little bits of minutes. That little tiny bit of footage. Then I took a beautiful, they were my youngest, David, Matthew Keebler. He built a beaver dam. He's just natural. And it was great. And he did a great job. I filmed him doing it. And then my insane family, who hated me to death for no reason, they just, they stole it. They stole all my shit. They stole Connie Lewinberry's diary. They stole all my cell phones that I had that year, 2016, because they were all hacked. So I was able to get a new one every month. I got $715, and my room was $400. But I was able to buy a brand new phone because they were $75. I was like, well, how much is the service? The service is $60. Oh. How much is a brand new phone? 75. Wow, that's 8 gigabytes. Because every single phone, they hacked up, the gigabytes. And then I didn't have any access to go buy the little chips, like the 32 gigabyte chips that you can put in your phone. I had no access to anything. My family stole everything from me. So they stole all my phones with all my pictures, with all my kids. So I had footage of them doing, at the Susquehanna River, making a dam. And then my son's feet didn't get harmed. He was young, under 20. And my feet wrinkled up. And I made a funny little video. I'm a reptilian. My feet were that wrinkled up. Looked like 80-year-old. Just being in the river for 5 minutes, that's how toxic the water was. Right. Much less toxic than East Palestine, Ohio. Those poor people were probably dead. You really, if you want to be sane in this world, you kind of can't care. But I will always care, but to an extent. I can't do anything about New York City homeless people. I can't do anything about East Palestine, Ohio people. Okay, I care and I give it to God on the cross. All those people that suffered, okay, in East Palestine, Ohio, I care. I give it to all that pain. I give it to Jesus on the cross. I'm a real person. I'm sensitive. I care. I know it's like nobody else cares. Nobody else cares about homeless people. Nobody else cares about the East Palestine, Ohio people being poisoned to death. Nobody cares. My life sucked. No one cared about me in Lancaster but late Susan Chappelle. That's it. Late Arthur Hess not the third cared for me one day when I was going to commit suicide in 2006. I was almost killed. So, I mean, I don't even know. He could have killed. He is a very violent man, and I'm he could have killed. Since I had his beloved sons, he didn't beat me up. This is why I hate the majority of men. All right. They have their wife, right? But they'll go out and rape. That was fucking Arthur. Late Arthur Hess not the third. What the fuck? Not only did he cheat, he raped. He could have killed. I don't know if he went that far. I wouldn't know. I don't know what the hell he did. He was a fucking journeyman. He was a construction worker who traveled all over the United States. All about him. Was a major slut. Slept with anybody, any prostitute. I went with him to Arizona when my kid died. I had a miscarriage by him. So I had 2 miscarriages. I was driven to an abortion. I had to take the abortion because I was driven. And late Arthur Hess not the third killed his 4th child, so I named him that. Late Arthur Hess not the 4th. And it's so embarrassing. My family's so embarrassing. You can't pay $200 for my son to be buried? How awful. What? I come from white trash. That's what white trash does. They're embarrassing. You can't even pay $200. The poor guy, he gave me the cheapest burial. He cremated him. He's like, well, you don't have any money, so I'm doing the cheapest I can do. Cremate, put him in a wooden box. That's the cheapest that we have. If we had a cardboard box, we could do it that way. But we want to try to make it a little bit official. And then they bury him. And they gave him, I don't know if they gave him a stone to bury it. I mean, yeah, he was buried with no money like my husband, right? Like, what are you going to do? My dead husband, of course. How are you going to... Some people were buried alive. That's insane. Insane world we live in. Okay, so... My family could not pay for the funeral. For late Arthur Hasselnut III's funeral. So that's where I come from. White trash. Late Arthur Hasselnut the third couldn't, pay for his son's burial. Really? Oh, but he can go out and buy crack and crack whores, yeah. Like all the other ones, and never ever get any, God, my life is hell. I was never a crack whore, but that's what I was falsely accused of. I hate, all the liars in my life. Like pretend I'm not a narcissist. He doesn't know who I am. A piece of shit. There's no